Solutions 93.9 FM.
It is Giga Sports Show. Check the time right now. It is 9 o'clock from your Remedy Radio Dial Solutions 939 FM. A night, a day coming after the night where Manchester United got defeated with a man sense of, Marcus Rashford. And well, for Coach Eric Ten Hag, blame the officiating of that game. Well, one game, we've got another round of games going down in Europe. This night, that is the Europa League. Well, for Jurgen Klopp, he has come out to say that Luis Diaz is in the team and all to just to give this player a motivation despite what is happening to his family. Favor is a family member at Solutions 93.9 FM, and she's here this morning. Good morning to you.
Okay, thank God I'm not a family member of Manchester United. I saw the storm brewing, I saw the disaster brewing when Marcus Rashford was actually sent off. And I knew it. I slept, woke up, and I saw 4-3. I knew, yes, this is another Tottenham versus Chelsea.
Okay, so it has been a back-to-back, officiating saga from that of Arsenal, Newcastle United to Chelsea Tottenham's game, and the Manchester United Copenhagen. Well, we look at this and more this morning, but first let's go straight to the first half of the show where we look at updates from the world of tennis, NBA, and we talk football in full. Remember, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, Solutions 939 FM, Solutions 939 FM. Watch, like, click, share the buttons and the subscribe buttons. You're welcome to the show.
Keep it 93.9.
So let's talk about the NBA this morning. Looking at games decided in the wee hours of today as Washington Wizards defeated Charlotte Hornets 132 to 116 points, and the Indiana Pacers beating Utah Jazz 134 to 118 points. It was a tight game where Boston Celtics lost against Philadelphia 76ers by 103 to 106 points, and the Brooklyn Nets beating LA Clippers 100 to 93 points. San Antonio Spurs lost 105 to 126 points against the New York Knicks, and in overtime, Chicago Bulls lost their horns, losing against Phoenix Suns 115 to 116 points, just 1 point difference in this game. However, LA Lakers fell against Houston Rockets 94 to 128 points. Memphis Grizzlies lost 102 to 108 points at home against the Miami Heat, as Detroit Pistons lost 118 to 120 points against Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay, it was a very lovely game for Minnesota Timberwolves as they defeated New Orleans Pelicans 122 points to 101 points. Now let's look at the game between Oklahoma City Thunder. That was a Thunder 128 point defeat, and to Cleveland Cavaliers is 120 points. Toronto Raptors on the road picked 127 points to win to defeat Dallas Mavericks 116 points. Denver Nuggets 108 points, defeating Golden State Warriors 105 points. Finally, the wee hours in overtime for today, Sacramento Kings edging Portland Trail Blazers 121 points to 118.
Okay, now looking at another update here where Denver Nuggets star Jamal Murray will likely be sidelined for the remainder of the month because of his right hamstring strain. According to a report that came out on Wednesday, the Nuggets are taking a cautious approach to ensure there will be no lingering issues with their hamstring, and there is an expectation that Murray will need 3 to 4 weeks to properly heal before returning to play. That is according to reports we're getting. However, let's jump straight and talk tennis.
Starting with men's tennis tournaments in Dallas, Munich and Doha, Qatar will be upgraded from ATP 250 to ATP 500 events as part of reforms to strengthen the 2025 calendar. That's the ATP announcing yesterday, Wednesday. The upgrade is part of the ATP's One Vision strategy will see improvement to facilities and a combined $51.7 million in additional player compensation over a 5-year period. As part of the restructuring of the calendar, ATP 250 events in Atlanta, Newport, Rhode Island, and Lyon, France will be retired after next season.
So you look at upgrade, what is involved? And you know, some events you just have to pack them together. Thank you.
Don't want fault.
You can move. However, let's look at updates here where teenager Marina Stark-Koskiek got the biggest win in her career to help Canada defeat host Spain 3-0 in Group C of the Billie Jean King Cup finals on Wednesday. The 18-year-old Starkosec, ranked number 258 in the world, defeated number 65 Rebecca Masarova 6-3, 6-1 to give Canada the first point of the day at La Catuja Stadium. Starkosec's previous career's best victory had been against the number 152 Jamie Follis in 2022. She had never beaten a top 100 opponent. Well, records are meant to be set.
Yes, and they're meant to be
broken. And, well, looking at games going down today in Moscow Open Med, Sofia Open as well. Let's start here where Alexander Shevchenko by 2 o'clock will be up against Karen Khachanov in the Moscow Open in Med as Luka Van Asch will take on Pere Hugo Humbert will be up against Harold Mayotte as Fabio Fognini will take on Lorenzo Sonego, going straight to the Sofia Open, the ATP 250.
Well, Jane Leon Stroff will be up against Fabian Marzan. And later on, Jack Draper will take on Cam Ekel. And there is a doubles game going down, but let's look at Sebastian Ofner and Adrian Morijano playing, and Martin Fuskovic playing Pavel Kotov later on today.
Okay, remember, we've got tournaments going down at Calgary in Canada, ATP Challenger. But, hey, some games already decided. The doubles, Ben Jones alongside Charles Broom qualifying to the next round, same as Juan Carlos Mano Aguila and Justin Ballers. But Dominic Farr etched Clement Chidak 6-3, 6-3, 2 straight sets this morning. We've got more games to go down. Toby Samuel will be up against Andre Martins as Enzo Wallot will tackle Maxa Kasnikowski by 6 o'clock. Stephen Dies against Aziz Doggers. Gabriel Diallo will take on Joao Souza by 8:30 tonight. Let's move away from tennis this morning and we'll move straight to the other side of the show where we talk football.
Keep it 93.9.
Okay, so let us look at what is happening from the home front. Well, we know that promises are made, but are they kept? That is one of the big questions we're asking our politicians when we have, teams to represent the country at global stage, come back with trophies, and we start making different promises. Sometimes when you call it promise, sometimes they call it political statement, and some call it lies. That is why veteran youth coach Manu Garba MFROON is seeking the intervention of Cross River State Governor Basi Otu, as well as the Minister of Sports Development, Senator John Owen Enna, to ensure that house gifts expressly pledged to players and officials of the 2013 FIFA Under-17 World Cup winning team by the then State Governor, Senator Leah Imoke, be finally honored.
10 years. 10 years.
When I saw this story, I just felt like, well, this man just wants to go into the news because I feel politicians don't care about our athletes. You are making a statement there's a political party that will come in after you, and you decided not to even redeem the pledge. One, we've got different governors that have emerged in that state.
Two governors in that space.
And look at another governor, Professor Ben Ayade, is a man that will always say, yes, let us go for, there's this event they always do in Calabar. Is it the Calabar Festival? And you don't deem it fit to look at what you can do, or maybe you say, maybe Liam Moke is not part of your, is not in your party, because sometimes you put politics into governance. Yes, but you look at what your predecessor has done. What can you do to make sure that the name of the state is not soiled? Like what Man Garba in said, well, it is not the first time that we have a president even promise athletes, and at the end of the day, you see them fighting. Even some people might have died before they redeemed the image. But we are calling on the Cross River State government to redeem the image. I mean, this is 10 years after. And you know the funny thing? If Nigeria got to the final and they lose, you see people calling out the head of the coach, calling out the players. But it is what it is. Let's move on this morning and let's talk continental football.
Well, Lesotho head coach, that's Leslie Notchi, has named a 23-man squad for Lucania's upcoming 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Nigeria and Benin Republic. Lesotho will travel to Gatula Pabio International Stadium, Uyo, on Thursday, November 16, and the Lucania will host the Squirrels of Benin Republic 5 days later at the Moses Mabida Stadium.
Okay, now let's talk about, it's not Victor Moses now, but let's talk about Victor Osimhen. This man is back in Italy. Yes, maybe away Napoli will be happy to have him back, but hey, remember he got injured in the friendly games against Saudi Arabia, and most especially that Saudi Arabia game, because he did not go for the second friendly game himself, Samuel Chukwueze, but now he's back in Italy, and let us hope he recovers quickly to help Napoli, and he has scored just 6 goals in 10 appearances across all competitions for the Italian Serie A champions. Now let's go straight and talk about the UEFA Champions League games that went down last night. Same as games going down in Europe. That is the UEFA, UEFA Europa League and the Conference League as well. But let's just start with one man. It's none other than Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp. I mean, Erik ten Hag. He made something clear yesterday before the game that yes, he's got a team that is experienced enough that can hold it down right there, because they are going away. I said, well, let us see what happened, because your team struggled to get a win over the weekend. Let's into that game. That was when Manchester United got a win, but they were showed.
But the thing is, I think it wouldn't have been so disastrous if Marcus Rashford hadn't been sent out.
Oh.
But yes, because the 2 goals that were played consecutive, scored later on, where, after Rashford was sent off.
Okay.
So it was like an equalizer. Then the second half, I wasn't expecting them to actually score another goal to make it 4-3.
Yeah.
But
let's do anything here.
Because you play very good. I think we started the game so well. Best minutes of this season. We are winning the game. And I think the red card changes everything. And then we concede 2 goals before halftime, which should never have counted. First is offside, second a penalty. And that is... in 4 games, 4 penalties against. I say 3 are very debatable.
I feel there's no excuse for Erik ten Hag. Just what I said to that is Postecoglou, the coach of Tottenham Hotspur. Yes, you've got two players sent off in your squad. The next thing you need to do as a manager is beef up your defense. Don't look for goals. Just make sure that you avoid embarrassment. Yes, you can lose 2-1, but not losing, with a high score margin. But for Erik ten Hag, your team was leading 2-0, right?
And then you saw that there was a red card. Marcus Rashford has been sent off. There should have been something that could have been done between that 42nd minute to 44th minute when those late goals came in before the end of halftime.
So, what for Erik ten Hag? Can still be better. Losing against Copenhagen 4-3, and look at this: the goals that came in, 45th, 40, that is 9 minutes added. That was an equalizer. Meaning they played 2-2 the first half, and Bruno Fernandes scored. So there's no excuse here. Scored the 3rd goal. There was an equalizer in the 83rd minute and 87th minute. So where is that excuse coming from?
It is the end.
You had just a man sent off, and you could not even rally your team to even finally get a draw, even get a win. But let's go on a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about Europa League and other European, football competitions going down today.
My name na Taiwo Kuka.
My name na Kende Kuka.
We be twins.
We small. Our mama and our papa then they joke say now only one pikin then they expect. But now two of us them get.
Actually, na me then they expect to. Na she then get as a wolf.
I beg you.
Na me be the golden child.
Anyway, our life be like this Momo 100% recharge bonus. Where we say you go get double of any amount where you recharge.
Go recharge your MTN line now for Momo app or dial *671# now.
Make Momo summer you better bonus.
Download the Momo app now or dial *671# to enjoy. Momo better pass cash.
When great minds meet, great ideas inspire and transform a great nation. Wherever you are, National Advertising Conference is calling.
So, join us. Let's share perspectives on how brand narratives are developing talents, inspiring alternatives, and supporting a more creative economy. Theme: Marketing Communication as an enabler of national transformation.
Yes, Abuja will be on standstill from December 6th to 8th, 2023. Venue: International Conference Center, Abuja. Time: 9 a.m. each day.
Register at www.nationaladvertisingconference.com.
National Advertising Conference 2023. Let's engage marketing communications for national transformation.
Turn up, let's turn the nation around.
Let your power flow.
Aha! Fire Revival is here. Christ Revival Miracle Church, Bolete Ibadan presents Fire Revival 2023 with the theme, The Lord Will Do a Great Thing. Joel 2 verse 21. Fire Revival is always filled with amazing wonders and outstanding testimonies. There will be salvation, deliverance, healing, breakthrough. Captives will be set free in the name of Jesus. God will be working through his anointed ministers like Reverend Noah Adeosun, Reverend Gbenga Kotila, Pastor Ayo Jeje, and the host, Reverend PF and Reverend Mrs. C.O. Owa, starting on November 19 to 25, 2023. Morning sessions for all categories of people, especially those looking up to God for the fruit of the womb, from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Fire will start by 4 p.m. There will be a special Thanksgiving service on Sunday, November 26, 2023 at 10 a.m. Venue, Christ Revival Miracle Church, 7 PF Owa Crescent, Adeyemo Layout, Malete, Ibadan. For the Lord will do a great thing at Fire Revival 2023. Don't miss out. Be there. Jesus is Lord.
Your comfort is important. If you're looking for quality, classy, comfortable, and imported furniture, Johnson A. Nigeria Enterprise is a place for you. At Johnson A. Nigeria Enterprise, we've got a wide range of top-notch imported furniture for you at affordable prices. Name it: sofas, royal marble dining sets, executive furnitures of all kinds, banquet furniture, bed and dressing mirror, kitchen cabinet, and lots more. Our intention is to make you feel comfortable always by providing quality furniture, whether at home, office, hotel, lounge and bar, and so on. Hurry now. Contact us today at Johnson A. Nigeria Enterprise, shop number AA 80-20, Railway Shopping Complex, Aleshiloye Market, and shop 8A-11, Railway Shopping Line, by Alalubosa Junction, Iyaganku Railway Crossing, Ibadan. Call 0802-303-0550 or 0706-225-2649. Johnson A. Nigeria Enterprise, home of quality furniture made for you.
You go explain, Taya. Feel the pressure now when you come to my face.
Francesca. It goes down when my disconnect.
Better rest. You don't try, you don't do. Better rest.
But baby, I don't know that number.
Chee! Hey!
Oh yeah, now, say it with your favorite lyrics on Spotify.
Keep it 93.9.
Welcome back. 9:20 is the time from your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 939 FM. We'll go straight to the Europa League games going down tonight. Brighton and Hove Albion will be on the road against the Ajax, and LASK will take on Royal Union SG. Maccabi Haifa will take on Villarreal, as Bayer Leverkusen will take on Karabakh. Panathinaikos will be on the road against Rennes, as Severte will take on Sheriff Tiraspol. Slavia Praha will take on AS Roma. You have to be scared of AS Roma. This is a team that is ready to score a lot of goals. Now let's talk about another Premier League side that will be in action today.
Liverpool will be up against Toles.
Now, talking about Liverpool, well, remember, Diaz is in the team. And, for Jurgen Klopp, he gave a reason for putting this man in the team despite the family, the problem is, that is going down in Colombia, most especially his parents that got kidnapped. And he said it is about motivation, and the player himself wished to play for the team.
No real news, always positive signs somehow, but not real news. And yes, he decided last week because he cannot go to Colombia, and it's not that will not be the case in a moment. And so he's here. When he's here, then we when he's at training, how I said, it's a safe place. When he's in training, when he was around the match, it's a safe place with the team. Everything is okay, and then he wants to be with us. He's traveled, is here, is available.
Okay. I'm available. He was available. I'm available. I'm available.
Okay, for other games that will play in the Europa League later on today, we have AK Athens FC playing Marseille. Atlanta will be up against Sturm Graz. Rapid will be up against Harris, while Freiburg will take on TSC. Molde will be up on the road to play Hacken. Rangers and Sparta Prague will be playing later on, and Sport and CB will be up against Rockford. West Ham, that's a Premier League team, will be up against Olympiacos Paris later on today.
Okay, West Ham United. The way they are
doing lately.
If you want to put your money on West Ham United, you're on your own. No? You are what? You're on your own. So nobody should just come here and be shouting, yes, my money at our bush. All right, shout out to Alito Isiaka Deni watching live at Mojido Payemi. Thank you so much, guys. But remember, we also have the Europa Conference League games going down tonight. Starting that should be 4:30 today, where FC Astana will take on FC Balkani, and by 8:45 it will be Besiktas hosting Bodo Glimt. Kukariki will be up against Fiorentina, as Ferencvaros will take on Genk. HJK will take on German Bundesliga side Eintracht Frankfurt, as Liga will be up against Rinjski. FC Nordsjælland will take on 3 Nova, as PAOK Thessaloniki will be up against Aberdeen. Victoria Plzen will take on Dynamo Zagreb. AZ Alkmaar against Aston Villa, and Brett Dablig will take on Gent. Club Brugge will be up against Lugano, as FK Zoya Luhansk will take on Israeli side Maccabi Tel Aviv. Ludogorets will take on Turkish side Fenerbahce, as Clark Vech will take on Luj Bij Janor. Slovan Bratislava will take on French League on side Lille. Okay, now let's look at some updates here this morning as we gradually, wind down the show. It is about Erling Haaland, and Akonji, what's he saying?
Okay, Akonji is saying something about Erling Haaland. Let's recall that he couldn't get the Ballon d'Or, but he's saying that Erling Haaland is more interested in lifting trophies at Manchester City than winning the Ballon d'Or. That's his teammate Manuel Akonji telling sources yesterday. Haaland scored 52 goals in 53 matches last season. City won the treble, but the Norwegian striker was just pipped for the world's best made player award by World Cup winner Lionel Messi.
Well, if it's about the Ballon d'Or, if Haaland did not win the Ballon d'Or, let us play this song so that maybe he can win later.
No, he did not. Even Burna Boy did not win Ballon d'Or entertainment. So it is 50-50.
No, this is it. Even Burna Boy that sang Ballon d'Or did not perform.
He did not
at the
entertain
event.
us.
So
it's a 50-50 loss.
Okay, so some governors are looking for the Ballon d'Or victory this weekend, and in Bayelsa, Kogi, and Imo State. And all we are praying for is peace. Peace. Today is Thursday. right?
Now that Laffy won yesterday, he didn't walk into the studio, so
No.
we can congratulate him.
No, I know. I saw his clothes. He has put starch on his clothes. And Kes could not come out of his own office. I understand. And you notice that SOJ has been doing some small.
Very calm.
He's very calm. Thank you.
Very
calm. How are you, my friend?
Speak of the gunner.
What standing ovation? Have you qualified first? Qualify first. Even get to the final of the UEFA Champions League. Standing ovation.
The only standing ovation I'm gonna give this morning is to my baby Saka.
In short, 12 you don't have Ballon d'Or winner in your team. So, well, guys, I'll be out. We move to the other side of the show this morning where we'll look at headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers. My name is Oladakbo Kunubi.
My name is Favor Lawrence, and I'll be back very soon.
Adios, adios. Yeah. 1 money, 2 money, 3. You don't make your lemons. Make your lemons. Come they move like a disco. One nick in my lolata. Happy pose, happy actor. So they forget the ball under. Oh yeah, come take a picture. Right, young buyer. Oh yeah, follow my instruction. Doctor say make a pop on this. Make me fly like say I'm Aladdin. Come bring some kind melodies. I'm a messy self, no two pass this. So many things inside of my jeans. Slide down the beatings. Make a mess. Come they move like a disco. One nick in my lolata. Happy pose, happy actor. So they forgive me ball under. Oh yeah, come take a picture. Right, young buyer. Oh yeah, follow my instruction.
Oh Lord of mercy, I dey be one way they calling me Messi. I dey for shit that she go fly, come check me. I never see person with be money impress me. All of the things she dey do, she dey test me. I dey be tell away for back, I dey pressing. The one I carry come down, they suspect me. She call me small, but they biggie engine. No, on my number she calling up. Anytime when she want, give me love, you know. I like a flat tire, me go bump it up. And every other day now she dey turn me on. Say me I see they make a condom. As soon as you reach out to the concrete, while I forget, say I guide it for this, your mom, motivate elements.
Come they move like a disco. One nick in my lolata. Happy pose, happy actor. So they forgive me ball under. Oh yeah, come take a picture. Right, young buyer. Oh yeah, follow my instruction.
All about information, education, and entertainment.
Maybe that's before now. Solutions 93.9 FM has raised the standard of radio broadcast to preferring solutions in all human angle. 939 FM, the remedy.
Let's be dynamic with your morning update and make it better with Kickoff Sports Show, where we will be serving you all the latest from tennis, basketball, Formula One, football, exclusive interviews, and lots more.
Hamilton going for the move on Alonso at the 130. These two great side by side.
Martinelli! Oh yes! Gabriel Martinelli! He's back with a bang!
Headlines from Nigerian newspapers, behind the papers from the stand, analysis on burning trending issues across Nigeria and beyond.
The problem is not politics or tribalism, but corruption.
The governors will say, give us our own slot. The chairman of local government will say, give us our own slot. Who does those slots go to?
You offend, they arrest you, they detain you, and they release you. That's all.
Hello, my name is Oladapo Okunubi.
My name is Victory Onyedikachi.
My name is Adedamola Lafenwa.
And my name is Favor Oloruntola.
Join us weekdays 9 a.m. on your Remedy Radio dial, Solutions 939 FM.
Here, we make it different from the norm.
Okay, it's another beautiful Thursday morning in a big and beautiful city of Ibadan. My name is Adedamola Lafenwa. Time check 9:31. It's the 9th day in the month of November 2023. And this is where we get to take you through some of the national dailies today, some of the topics or maybe some of the issues coming out or coming up in some of today's national dailies. Good morning, Favor Oloruntola.
Good morning, Adedamola Lafenwa. Good morning to you.
I don't know why you had to drag my name into the kick-off sport because
you should always know that your name will be dragged one way or the other, as long as you're going to be the person behind me on AM Update. And I've taken sports, definitely your name will be dragged. And if Arsenal plays or played the previous day.
Okay.
Or we'll be playing that day.
Noted.
Noted. Duly noted. Well, good morning to you, everyone. I hope you had a splendid night rest. And now it's time for us to go through the newspaper headlines for this morning. With me this morning are the Punch newspaper and the Nigerian Tribune.
I've got the Vanguard and the Nation newspapers with me this morning. And I'm starting off from the Vanguard newspaper. Looking at the cap headlines, I have this one saying old new Naira notes remain legal tender, CBN. You know, there has been speculation. Remember the Supreme Court judgment that said by December, but I think the CBN is still assuring us that at least till date, the old and the new Naira notes.
If you notice the dispensations from the ATMs recently, you barely see the old Naira notes, being dispensed.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yesterday, I decided to, withdraw, and every note that I got from the ATM were new Naira notes.
Well, I think it depends on the bank, if that particular bank has enough supply of the new Naira note. Because I made a withdrawal yesterday, and all the notes I got were although there were
new Naira
pieces
notes
of new Naira notes in between, but well, let's hope that they will have enough to go around this time.
Well, let's just hope we won't go back to the cash crunch.
It won't come.
It should not come, please.
Okay, now moving away from that, I have this one saying what Buhari's ex-ministers are saying about him. Shocking. Kuka. That story is found on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper. Bail. Ex-CBN governor Emefiele arrives home after 151 days in detention. That story is found on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. And there is this, what we can call the surveillance poll. It says Governor Uzodinma set to garner 68% total votes as opposition parties squabble. Survey. That story is found on page 26. Moving away from that, I have this one. Exchange rates. NECA experts disagree on FG's targets. And another one we said saying Senate to probe purchase of 5 billion naira yacht. You know, when I saw the story, it's kind of amusing because some people will say that does the Senate have the moral justification to want to probe the purchase of 5 billion naira presidential yacht when they just took a delivery of 160 million naira each?
But looking at it from another angle, who sanctioned the purchase of the yacht?
And despite the fact that we have SERAP and some bodies coming up then saying that no, Senate, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't spend this much on just SUVs, our dear Senate went ahead and procured these SUVs for themselves. Now Senate is to probe the purchase of 5 billion naira yacht.
Who sanctioned the purchase of the yacht?
Well, we will talk about that in the course of the program this morning when we link up with our guest analyst. Okay, let me take this one more headline. Daily Trust publisher Kabiru Yusuf returns as NPAN president. These and many more stories will be found on the pages of the Vanguard newspaper this morning.
Okay, let me start with very, very, very hot news this morning. Of course, people will want to listen to this. $5 billion debt. Federal government rules dwindling revenue. Reps condemn needless loans contract. You can find our story, page 19 of the Punch newspaper. Now to the off-season poll. Electronic collation illegal, says INEC. Police warn NLC. INEC says IREV not for result collation. Labour leaders advised against intimidating voters. Uzodima others absent at peace accord. Diri Silver clash. Imo workers bank shun strike. That is page 2, page 8 and page 19, or page 13 of the Punch newspaper. Now to the supplementary budget of 2.17 trillion naira. Obi is faulted. You can get the full details on page 9. We already got the story on the previous headline from the previous newspaper. Old banknote remains legal tender, says CBN. Now, federal government stop electricity tariff hike, insists on subsidy. That's on page 9. UK police probe suicide of British-born Nigerian. Page 4. NPAN return Kabiru as president. Emua joins ESCO. That's on page 6 of the Punch newspaper. You can get this and more from that.
Okay, moving to the Nation newspaper this morning. Well, I don't want to, because it's advertorial, so I don't want to go into it. Okay, moving away from that. Emefiele out of custody after securing bail. Okay, and the right under that caption says banker booed in court. That story is found on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. Old new naira notes remain legal tender. CBN reaffirms. Page 5. And another one says bandits took 250 million naira ransom to free 121 Baptist school pupils. The story is found on page 21. Moving away from that, I have this one saying Bayelsa Imo Kogi 2023. Shetima urges vote for Silva to end youth unemployment. Panel warns candidates who failed to sign peace agreements in Imo. Atiku rallies support for PDP candidates. Moving away from that, Senate House agreement raises student loan to 10 billion naira. And the ride, okay, there are two riders under that caption. We have this one saying yacht item dropped as president signs 2.17 trillion naira supplementary budget. Senate launches probe. Okay, moving away from that, NLC strike fails to hold in Imo. Offices open, airport in operation, power cut enters day 7. I mean, we'll talk about that. Is NLC now proven to be the toothless dog.
You know, I said it yesterday.
I mean, the strike was meant to commence yesterday, and offices were open, airport in full operation, despite all the I don't want to use the word gra, but all the statements saying we are shutting down. It's going to be a total shutdown. But we'll go into that still in the course of the program. Power Minister threatens Discos Gencos with a license revocation. And the right under that says operators to sign performance bond. And the last one I'll be taking from the Nation newspaper front page says budgets 26 contractors bolt away with 8.6 billion naira mobilization cash. These and many more stories will be found on the pages for the Nation newspaper this beautiful Thursday morning.
Okay, on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune this morning, I see the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, with some people signing the supplementary budget.
Yeah.
And here it is as the headline. It states, Tinubu signs 2.17 trillion naira supplementary budget. 30% for defense and security, 35% are dedicated to the provision of critical infrastructure to be allocated to works, FCT, housing and urban development. Away from the supplementary budget, let's look at the seriousness, commitment of candidates for the polls. Yes, the off-season polls. Peace accord for off-season polls. Seriousness, commitment of candidates in doubt. Abdul Salami, that's on page 14, expects them to obey rules, honor accord, ensure free fair polls. Commends INEC for adequate preparation. And CDC deploys 22,600 personnel in Imo, Kogi, Bayelsa. FRSC deploys 4,500. 137,973 party agents to participate in polls. INEC. Now, after 151 days in detention, court admits Emefiele to bail. Page 11. Afenifere criticizes NAS over purchase of 160 million naira SUV for lawmakers. Page 17. Why we cannot increase electricity tariff now. Federal government. And now to Oyo State. Olubadan, Ladoja, Ibadan, Oba's Old Advisory Council meeting. I bear no grudge against anybody, Ladoja explains why he challenged Makinde, others in court. Page 11 of the Nigerian Tribune. Okay, we already have the headlines. It's now time for us to have our analysts join us, as well as you join us on the program to leave your comment. Remember, we are live on Facebook at Solutions 939 FM. At Solutions 939 FM, you can also join us on our X platform, formerly known as Twitter, at Solutions 939 FM. And also, you can write these numbers down so that later on you can call to leave your comment. 0909 88 89 939, 0912 2222 939, 0909 88 89 939, and 0912 2222 939. The very first thing I want to ask Comrade Ayodele Adeshokwe this morning is it indeed true that the NLC has become a toothless dog?
Okay, it's 9:45 on Solutions 93.9 FM, and we are now being joined by our guest analyst on the program. That is Comrade Ayodeji Ajishokwe, connecting with us virtually. Good morning, sir.
Hey, good.
Good morning.
I am with you.
All right. Good morning to you, sir.
I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I said good morning to you.
We having the network seems to be breaking. Hello, can you hear us very well?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay then. Okay. So, favor.
Loud and clear.
Okay, good morning to you, sir. Let's start with Imo
Good
State.
morning.
Yes, let's start with Imo State. Yesterday we saw the saga. We saw
Hey.
that there was... Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay,
Is it better?
Yes, it's better. We saw the saga in Imo State, the orders that were given by the NLC.
The saga.
The orders that were given by the NLC. And it seems as though they were not upheld. In Imo, we have this headline on the newspaper saying the airports were open, banks were open, every parastatal in Imo State.
Saying that NLC strike fails to hold in Imo as
State.
offices were open and airport in full operations.
Now, the question I asked is indeed the NLC...
Did you read the statement?
What statement is that?
What statement?
Are you referring to?
By the aviation unions condemning the governor and calling him. Yeah. But let me tell you the reason why it did not hold. The local of NLC is not on the same page with the national headquarters, with Joe Ajero. It looks like a Joe Ajero agenda, not an NLC agenda.
Because it seems the NLC in Imo is already factionalized, kind of.
No, they are simply not.
Okay.
That is why the workers went to work. That is why the workers went to work and the banks opened. And you know, Nobifi is usually, I think Nobifi is with TUC. Yes, NLC is usually mostly for government workers, government-related workers union, and TUC is basically mostly private sector driven. So, Nobifi, that is responsible.
But the command was...
And state government work, they went to work. So, there is a disconnect. You see, there won't be NLC national if there are no NLC component, the one they call federating units. You know, they are federating units of the national. If there are no federating units, there won't be NLC national. Looking like it is an agile NLC action.
Comrade, the line
and they want to escalate.
Hello, Comrade.
And they want to escalate it. They still want to escalate it by next week Tuesday.
Let's try to reconnect with Comrade Ayodeji Ajishokwe because the line is really breaking and we could barely hear him very well. We'll still reconnect with Comrade Ayodeji Ajishokwe. But based on the items we've raised this morning, you can also drop your comments on our Facebook page, Solutions 939 FM, and you can also call in 0909 888 9939, 0909 888 9939, or 0912 222 2939. 8 a.m. update on Solutions 93.9 FM.
established connection with Comrade Adeji Adeshokwe. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
Okay,
it's clearer
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we might have to start the whole thing because we could barely hear you the other time.
I was saying there is a discordant tune coming from NLC Imo and NLC National led by Joe Ajero. If there wasn't a disconnect, why would the workers be in the offices yesterday? Why would the airports be open? You know, we're hearing, the sound of fury from the national, but these workers are going to the offices at the state level. And it is making it look like it is a gyro action, not the one they called, they even called it a national action. A national action at a state level that is not on the same page with you. How are you going to translate it into reality? The inability to translate that national action to reality on ground in Imo is what we have been seeing. So it's actually a national action, not a state action. How do you implement a national action in a state that is not on the same page with you? The results we saw clearly yesterday. So discordant thing. It's making it look like it's a gyro action against Uzodinma. So that's a house divided against itself clearly.
Okay, now talking about the house divided against itself, now we are getting some speculations that Hope Uzodinma, who is the APC candidate, the Guber candidate in Imo State, might likely have a upper hand at the moment because crisis seems to be rocking the opposition parties too. I mean, there is this statement credited to, was it you that read it, Favor, credited to General Abdul Salami, saying that the seriousness of the candidates is, the seriousness and commitment of candidates in doubt.
The Nigerian Tribune. Let's not forget that right there at Owerri, the candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Hope Uzodinma, who is the governor of Imo State, and the candidates of Labour Party were not present at the peace accord signing. The House divided against itself. How peaceful will this election be in this run of elections? I'm really skeptical about it.
They are staggered elections, don't forget, and that means there will be a concentration, a huge concentration. We have only Imo, Bayelsa, and Kogi. That means we're going to have a huge concentration of deployment of security personnel. I read the numbers to be deployed. The usual thing is AIGs or DIGs will even be deployed.
The breakdown is one on the front page of Nigerian Tribune this morning. The breakdown of the deployment of personnel.
So that's going to be huge. And that one too, it can, in quote, guarantee security. But will it not lead to disenfranchisement of people who may refuse to come out of the fear of intimidation?
Which is more like vote apathy.
Voter apathy. And you see, the psychological thing is that APC is at the federal level, APC at the state level, and the Nigerians will see the deployment of security personnel as by APC for APC. You understand? So it is only people of APC persuasion that will confidently come out. We are in power. We are, the Nigerian thing. We are in power. Federal. You have been hearing in federal might. So the other part people will just say, I don't want my head bloody, and then voter apathy. The people that will have swayed, the vote, that will have swayed the election one way or the other, the majority, they will just stay indoors. It's not as if they don't have opinion, but they say, look, just let's stay out of trouble and out of wahala. Let them do whatever they like, and that is not good enough for our democratic experience.
Okay, let's still talk about the peace accord. We already know that where some personalities were absent at the peace accord signing, but in a Bayelsa state, the People's Democratic Party's candidate, Governor Diodiri, and his APC counterpart, that's Mipri Silva, engaged in a war of words shortly after signing that said peace accord. I like I said earlier, I'm skeptical, but now let's look at the weightiness of signing the peace accord. Is this peace accord really a peace accord for peace,
does
or
it really hold
does it even hold weight anymore?
Can you imagine? We are not at war, and they are signing peace accord. Election to the governorship seat, and the National Peace Committee or whatever goes there, and they are signing. Is it not people that are at war that will be signing peace accord?
And interestingly, after even signing the peace accord, they still engaged in
a war of
words.
words. So it's still war. It's still a war in a way.
The main candidates.
You see, maybe because we are in transition, maybe we have never had a democracy or civil rule for this long. We are evolving. I think with time, we will eventually evolve out of this if there is no any form of intervention of this flow. We will evolve. We will eventually evolve. Democracy, like I keep saying, is not an event. It is a journey, and we are in the process. But believe you me, if you want to serve the people, why do you want to engage in a tug of war? Elections have, we see it even in the so-called civilized crime. We see how rough it can get. But they still maintain, a little bit of decorum apart from the war of war. They don't go to the war of fist cuffs that we do here. Look at Kogi. Policemen were killed, Policemen were killed. Policemen doing their jobs, they were killed. All in the name of elections. And I think that's, and this one will make you recall President Jonathan, that is seeking office is not worth the drop of blood of any Nigerian. A drop of blood. And people are doing do or die. Because of what? It won't even, will the office they want to take, will it last forever? Nothing lasts forever, really.
Nothing.
The scripture says,
definitely.
So what is it? You want to serve the people by force. Is that actually service? The people should be wary of politicians. Politicians think of the next election. Leaders think of tomorrow. We are dealing with politicians who think of the next election and not leaders. That's why they are conducting themselves in such a manner.
Okay. Let's move away from emo politics now. And yesterday, the supplementary budget was signed by the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And that's not even where I'm going. During the Senate and House meeting, it is written in some of the papers today that the aspect of the 5 billion naira budgeted for the yacht was dropped. And that's not even where I'm going to. Now, Senate is saying they want to probe the 5 billion naira budgeted for the purchase of yacht. And before we got in touch with you, Favor and I were talking about this issue that does the Senate or the National Assembly, do they have the moral justification to want to probe the purchase of 5 billion naira yacht for presidential yacht when they refused to listen to SERAP and some other bodies when they were planning to buy SUVs amounting to like 160 million naira for each of them?
Well, they have the moral justification. Even if they do not have the moral justification, they have the legal qualification. The Constitution of the Federal Republic 1999 as amended empowers them to do that. They have oversight function. And oversight function is simply supervisory role. Yes, we appropriate money to you, but how do you deploy? there is even the called misapplication. If I give you, when you say the budget, they will say so, and then they will say subhead. If you take money from one subhead to go and service another subhead, that is misapplication of a fund. It is an impeachable offense. So, the National Assembly has the oversight function, which is the supervisory function over the executive branch. If they resolve and understand and recognize their constitutional role and take it seriously as legislators, representatives of the people, they should be doing that seriously, especially in projects, road projects, and all of that. And let me tell you one thing. Those National Assembly committees, House Committee on Road, House Committee on Work, and Senate Committee on Work, you see, we see them on television going around purportedly, and I use that word deliberately and intentionally, purportedly inspecting projects. You go to the refinery in Port Harcourt, downstream or upstream, the House Committee on downstream. They will go to the refinery. What do they know about the refinery? They are supposed to hire experts. You understand? They are supposed to hire experts who will have done due diligence, brief them. It is based on that briefing that they will go there. But what do we see? We see that Hans Akimbo knowing nothing, and they are listening to people experts who are going to bamboozle them and get them confused, and they are nodding their heads. And after that, the cameras will be switched off, and they do their usual transactions, and they move to the next location. That's what we see as oversight here. Oversight is to check the details, finest, minutest details. How is the money being appropriated? What did we say you should buy? What did you appropriate money for? What did you buy? And how is it functioning? But that's what we see. Oversight function. I worked in the National Assembly as a special assistant. The oversight function that we see, they will go to that ministry, department, or agency and go there, arms akimbo, nodding their heads while the experts are talking, and they know nothing of it because they have not been briefed. They did not go with experts. If probably there is one of them who is an expert in the field, but all they do is they use oversight. They do oversight in court. So, but they're constitutionally empowered. And in view of the fact that they bought themselves SUVs, they say Nigerian roads are bad.
And who probes them?
So you are supposed to appropriate money for. They appropriated a lot of money for fixing those roads now. You go and inspect roads. You don't have the road design with you like this. Every road has design. You don't have the road design. Even if you have it, can you read it? Can you interpret it? You go with experts, but they will go and stand with cameras and nodding their head. The thickness of the road, has it been complied with? You know, the underlay of the compacting, you know, all of this. That is what we should get. That is what we get in democracies, functional democracies, not appearance democracy that we're having here. They don't know their role. And I can blame that too on the turnover of members of the National Assembly. How many of them were there last time? Maybe 30% of them. So they have to train and retrain them over and over at huge cost, and then they go away, a new set comes, they start training them. Look, we need to understand this thing. In some constituencies, there will be two local governments. They will say one local government has done it, the next local government should do it. That is not the essence of representation. That is not the essence of representation. We need to get things right. It is minimum of 2 times, believe you me, before you can do anything tangible and valuable as a representative. I hope we're going to get it right in a short while. So let the Senate probe it.
You said a minimum of 2 terms. I didn't get that.
Believe you me. The first 1 year, you are learning the roles. You are learning the operations. You are learning to understand how Parliament works, the language of Parliament, the procedures of Parliament, and then your effectiveness cannot be manifest until then you'll be appointed to, some committees, 3, 4, 5 committees, 3 different things completely. For you to master that, to master it is mastery, and I mean mastery now. And then you have the plenary session. That one is a separate business. To master it, appropriation bill, to mastery of it will take nothing less than 2 years. That is the plain fact. And then somebody spends 2 years mastering it, and then he does 1 year working. The next 1 year, he's battling for a party ticket. And after he gets party ticket, he's battling for re-election. You understand? So that means he has worked for only 1 year or 1 year and a half. We have to understand parliamentary democracy is serious business. Serious business. It is no tea party. It's no tea party. I have been there, and I know what I'm talking about.
But what really prompted my question, the initial question I asked you, was the speculations or some opinions of some people in some quarters that why will okay, you've said that they have the right, the constitutional right to probe things, but this is the same Senate that they wouldn't want to be checked. Once they want to purchase things, nobody can stop them, and they will always give reasons why they need to buy. Just like we got when they said that they were buying those SUVs because of the poor state of roads. I mean, how do we deal with that?
We are not taking up our responsibility over. We, the people that elected them, we too have oversight functions over them. You get it? We elected them to oversight the executive. We that elected them, we have a responsibility of oversight function over them. Your representative, you do not know his name, you do not know his constituency office. If he has not opened a constituency office, challenge him. In Ibadan, there are probably how many radio stations now? Call into a radio station and alert the constituent. You understand? There are platforms for people to air their opinion now. About 56 and they do calling, of course, you entertain calling and all that. Call out your representative. Call him out. We can't feel you. We can't see you. We don't. Which motion are?
Hello? Hello? No, I think we lost the call there. Okay, let's see. We can still reconnect with him. Still speaking with Comrade Ayodeji Ajishokwe. AM update on Solutions 93.9 FM. We'll be back.
Okay, we have Comrade Ajishokwe back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
All right.
So, as the National Assembly has oversight functions over the executive branch, we too have oversight functions over those representatives. And when I say representatives, whether they are senators or member House of Reps, we have an oversight function. Call them out. Where are you? We can't see you. These are the challenges of our constituency. Do something about it. You understand? Not necessarily coming out, putting up one borehole and putting one big signboard and saying facilitated by, built by all those pedestrian activities that our legislators are engaged in. You understand? So my position is call them out. Call them out.
Comrade.
During the electioneering, we were asking them, what is your legislative agenda? I will empower the people. What empowerment?
Comrade, you are talking about calling the legislatives out, calling the executive out.
Yes.
Now, the what actually raises this issue is the supplementary budget. How will Nigerians call out these legislatives, call out the senators, when they do not even know what is inside the supplementary budget? It's not everyone that knows what is in the supplementary budget.
If you want to know what is in the supplementary budget, you will get it. Let me tell you, in this state, I went to one office, and I was asking the Honorable Commissioner in charge of that ministry. We were talking, and he said, I said, you don't have the budget of your ministry? And I pulled out the budget from my bag, the budget for the entire state. I said, you have to go and, you don't know what is in it. How did it get to the United States Assembly? So, you have to show interest in what is happening around you. Or else, you know, Yoruba say, so they will put it behind your house. You understand? So, you have to get engaged and involved. If you're not involved, what are you going to say? What are you going to say? You've got to get involved. I keep saying this, we don't want good governance. What we demand is transparency. Demand transparency from them. If 10 people are calling out a member of the House of Assembly on air, or calling out a member of the House of Representatives on air, you understand? Not for calling out for attention sake that they will now say, go and bring. What is it now? We are all doing this thing together.
But
then
you were talking about calling them out. I remember when they were proposing to buy this SUVs, a lot of people, a lot of organizations called the Senate and the National Assembly out, asking questions that this is too much.
And yet,
they went ahead giving excuses that they needed it as tools of operations.
When they said they needed it, the people asked them tools for what?
All those questions were asked.
Are there no options?
That was you remember there was a press kind of a press briefing where there was a particular senator that was given the reasons why they opted for the large SUVs because of the bad condition, bad roads. And I mean, it's even in the news today that Afenifere criticizes National Assembly over purchase of 160 million.
Let me remind you, comrade brother, in this country, when Nigeria signed a defense pact with our colonial master, Britain, Nigerian students marched on the National Assembly in Lagos. That defense pact was revoked. That defense pact was revoked. I remember we marched on that same National Assembly during the 2.8 billion saga in 1979. Marched all the way from Ife to Lagos. Marched on the National Assembly. You see, this is the kind of vibrancy that we require to sustain and nurture this democracy. And they call the press conference and say they need it as tools. Well, are there no options? In the case of SAP, you remember the Minister of Finance? Yes, brother.
There are options. Yes, they can protest. Let us take us back to the NSAS. Everybody is scared of doing things like this anymore.
Who says people are scared? Are you sure Nigerian youth are scared?
You think they are not?
Didn't you see the role of Nigerian youth during this last election? You didn't see the hand of Nigerian youth?
Was there a protest? Was there a peaceful walk? The most recent one was for Mobad, which of course we know it's not related politically. Now this one is related to politics. You think any Nigerian youth would want to take to the streets, have a peaceful protest when everyone knows what might happen?
Let me tell you, I wrote my graduate paper on South Africa. The crushing experience, and I mean crushing experience of the black man in South Africa. Lives were lost. Lives, thousands of lives were lost. But are you going to perpetuate this? Fela sang a song a long time ago. He said, I know I won't die. I get a sister. I get a brother. Everybody did not want to die. Everybody wants to go to heaven. Nobody wants to die. Look, it will simply continue. It was even the scriptures. I remember one story in the scripture. And I think, okay. Then someone said, okay, Father, pray for me. He said, the only prayer I have in my song, I've given it to you. He said, but But when the yolk is going to choke and kill you, you will throw it off. We will get there. Don't worry. We will get there.
Okay, all right. We will get there. We'll keep remaining optimistic that we will get there. And someday we will get it right. Thank you very much to Comrade Ayodiji Ajisope for being a part of the program this morning. It's been
always a pleasure, and I consider it a privilege. God bless you. Have a most fruitful day, comrade brother and sister.
And you too. Well, we'll go on a commercial break. When we come back, we'll take your calls and your comments. Stay tuned.
My name is Taiwo Kuka.
My name is Kende Kuka.
We be twins.
We small. Mama and papa then they joke say now only one pikin then they expect. But not two of us them get.
Actually, now I mean that they expect to. Now she then get as a wolf.
I beg you.
Now me be the golden child.
Anyway,
as an enabler of national transformation.
Yes, Abuja will be on standstill from December 6th to 8th, 2023. Venue, International Conference Center, Abuja. Time, 9 a.m. each day.
Register at www.nationaladvertisingconference.com.
National Advertising Conference 2023. Let's engage marketing communications for national transformation.
Turn up, let's turn the nation around.
Let your power flow.
Aha! Fire Revival is here. Christ Revival Miracle Church, Bolete Ibadan presents Fire Revival.
Your comfort is important. If you're looking for quality, classy, comfortable, and imported furniture, Johnson A. Nigeria Enterprise is a place for you. At Johnson A. Nigeria Enterprise, we've got a wide range of top-notch imported furniture for you at affordable prices. Name it: sofas, royal marble dining set, executive furnitures of all kinds, banquet furniture, bed and dressing mirror, kitchen cabinet, and lots more. Our intention is to make you feel comfortable always by providing quality furniture, whether at home, office, hotel, lounge and bar, and so on. Hurry now. Contact us today at Johnson A. Nigeria Enterprise, shop number AA 80-20, Railway Shopping Complex, Aleshiloye Market, and shop 8A-11, Railway Shopping Line, by Alalubosa Junction, Iyagonku Railway Crossing, Ibadan. Call 0802-303-0550 or 0706-225-2649. Johnson A. Nigeria Enterprise, home of quality furniture made for you.
You go explain, Taya. Feel the pressure now when you come to my face.
Francesca. It goes down with my disconnect.
Better rest. You don't try, you don't do. Better rest.
But baby, I don't know that number.
Chee! Hey!
Oh yeah, now, say it with your favorite lyrics on Spotify.
Keep it 93.9.
Tuned into Solutions 93.9 FM. You're still live on AM Update, and we're about to take your comments. We're about to take your, contribution to the stories that we've delved in today. Remember, we first took a trip down to Imo State, and then we actually talked about the, peace accord that was signed, those absent, and of course, the war of words after the peace accord was signed in Bayelsa State. Then we went on to discuss the supplementary budget and what Nigerians can do to make sure that our voices are heard when nothing is going on our part. 0909 88 89 939 and 0912 22 22 939. 0909 88 89 939 and 0912 22 22 939. You can also drop your comment on Facebook at Solutions 939 FM and of course on X at Solutions 939 FM. Moving to the comments that I have here from the supplementary budget or on the supplementary budget. Okay, we have this one here. Isn't that the main issue? It wasn't even that the people are against the yacht, but the urgency of it being in the supplementary budget and the vehicles for the unconstitutional office of the First Lady. That's at Jamlu Lusuf right there. And there is also this one that we've gotten to on other stories as well. Each time I listen to the headlines, I just conclude that we ain't going anywhere. Now, we didn't talk about this electronic collation of the results here, but because we read it, there is this one. Electronic collation can easily be manipulated, even though the obedience don't want to hear this. Remember that Peter Obi also talked on the supplementary budget that was signed yesterday. Okay, let's look. Okay, now Raymond on X says, back to where we started. This country keeps going round in circles. In matters that have to do with numbers, draw collation, electronic and manual is the best. You need to be double sure. But at the same time, computers are okay. They make things easy. The only thing is, won't it be manipulated when it's coming out? Because it's also human beings that are operating. Okay, so it's both dicey. Police now threaten NLC. Ajero brought shame to the Labour Congress. Okay, people in Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi should not be hoodwinked by the use of beavers during this off-season election. Beavers is an opponent's vote-suppressing machine. If electronic collation is illegal, no one should heed electronic accreditation because it's fraudulent. I don't know. I think Nigerians should also learn to trust the process too. Yeah. Because we also want to advance, right?
Definitely.
And when that advancement comes, we should embrace it. Laughing, you're quiet.
Yeah, well, I'm just keeping mum.
Why?
You know, some of those things you see on social media and the dailies these days, you just want to keep mum, kind of. Just keep mum, yeah. Okay, do we have any more comments?
Yeah, we do, but our time is almost far spent. Okay. Okay, supplementary budget of yacht, SUVs, First Lady luxury renovation apartments, both the needed and not needed, signed and sealed. Renewed Shaggy. Nigerians and the way we put our words together. Now, this is coming from Hadil Mabil. If you ask many Nigerians about the details of the 2023 supplementary budget, all they will tell you is presidential yacht, an SUV for the First Lady, when the State House budget, under which most of these items just constitutes 1.2% of the entire appropriation. That's what I was asking.
And even in the budget too, there is this student loan too included.
The student loan is included. There is allocation for security there. There's allocation for the 30,000 naira.
Yes.
To there. So it's the negatives
that
are being pulled out. And of course, most of these things are for the betterment of Nigerians. Yes, it's the SUVs, it's the yachts, it's the First Lady office that people
we'll talk
more about. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay, I think our time is fast spent. It's about time for us to call it a day on today's edition of AM Update. You join our colleagues same time tomorrow for a fresh edition of AM Update on Solutions 93.9 FM. My name is Ade Damola Lafenwa, and like I keep saying, we keep praying for Nigeria and keep making sure in our own individual way we do things that will make Nigeria be proud of us, and we will also be proud of Nigeria.
My name is Favor Oloruntola. Please be good. Is there a call that wants to come in? Can we take this call?
No, I think we can't.
Sorry, we cannot take this call anymore. But please have yourself a wonderful day. Remember what I say. Do not do what I cannot do. Nigeria will be a great nation very soon. Now, always, forevermore.
Diri Bosa.
Bosa, bosa, bosa. La 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 la. La la la
lẹ́yìn àdìgbòlè àmọ́ lágbára ọlọ́run ọlọ́run bọ̀ wá dára after many years of waka the bush eventually we enter democracy but instead to progress now fighting we dey fight if democracy go work. We must get patience more to destroy very